In this session, we're going to discuss solving applied problems using a proportion. But first, let's look at our helpful hint. When writing and setting up your proportion, remember to write the unit names in your proportion to avoid setting up the proportion incorrectly. Make sure the same unit name appears in the numerator of both fractions and the same unit name appears in the denominator of both fractions. Now let's read our word problem. A bottle of fertilizer for your lawn states that you need 2 tablespoons of fertilizer to fertilize 400 square feet of lawn. How many tablespoons will you need to fertilize 1,600 square feet of lawn? Now let's work the problem. The first time you read the problem, you're reading it just to see what the problem's about. Then you need to go read it the second time so you can understand it. To understand the problem, you should write down the important facts. From this word problem we have 2 tablespoons for 400 square feet. We don't know how many tablespoons we need for 1,600 square feet. So what we're asked to do is find out how many tablespoons we need. Now looking at this problem and deciding what we have to do, this is a problem that requires that we use proportions. So let's write our proportion. We have 2 tablespoons for 400 square feet equals, now remember we want tablespoons on the top here because we have tablespoons on the top here, but that's what we don't know. So we're going to use X tablespoons for 1,600 square feet. Now we check. We have tablespoons in the numerator, square feet in the denominator. Now we're ready to solve our proportion. We can rewrite this as without the units. We can write this as 2 over 400 equals X over 1,600. It helps when we take the units out when we're working the problem because we already know we have it set up correctly. I'm going to reduce this equation. It's not wrong not to reduce it, but it makes the problem go a lot easier if you do reduce it. Now to solve a proportion, we use cross products. So we're going to come over here and we're going to write our cross product. We have 200 times X equals the second cross product, which is 1 times 1,600. So that's 200 X equals 1,600. Now we divide both sides by 200. And we get X equals 8. 8 what? 8 tablespoons. We were asked to find how many tablespoons. So we need 8 tablespoons for 1,600 square feet. Now let's check. Did we have the same units in the numerator as denominator? Yes. Did we use the cross products? Yes. Do we have the right units in our answer? Yes, tablespoons. So try this method on a few other problems and I'm sure you'll see great results.